YouTube. Jacob Edwards. This is the Rise of Jacob Edwards, episode 4. I went to dojo last night. I was going to vlog last night at dojo, but my phone fucking died. So I wasn't quite able to do that. Had a good night. Ran drills. Finally got to have a dojo with Andrew Bridge. Who else showed up? Well, Andrew brought his brother, which was cool. Got to see my boy Raiden again for the first time in a couple weeks. Yeah, it was a good night overall. We had a good time. Fucking Frankie was there. Will was there. During open mat, everybody, all of us smaller guys just started beating up on Will because he's the big man. He took a bunch of heat and just kept on staying up, getting more and more people to come at him. It's fucking fun. We were all just goofing off. Had my second match with Slade last night. Everybody seemed to pretty well enjoy it. We are in a tag team, which I need to talk to Drake about how we're gonna work out the logistics of me and him being a tag team, but the last time that we had a match, we went double count out on it. It was a good time. Slade hit me with a fucking flipping senton, and fucking, that hurt my ribs. That was fucking fun, because his ass landed on me. It wasn't his shoulders, it wasn't the middle of his back, it was his ass that landed right on my ribs. It is what it is, shit happens. I'm not gonna walk out of every fucking dojo unscathed. It just is. We did a drill, we did a burnout drill of running the ropes. I burned out because I started off fast and fucking furious. Because whenever I run ropes, I like to attack the ropes. I want to make it look good, but I should have paced myself because I blew up about 29. I got to 29, I could have hit 30, which would have left me with 12 more to do, but I was already losing my footing. I was out of breath like a motherfucker. These don't help. But yeah, hopefully I can start fucking actually getting some good footage of me at the dojo, and well, dojo in general, because I'd like to use my page to also promote the DG dojo. And maybe we can get that worked out. Other than that, I'll see what's up. I don't know if we're doing a Saturday thing this week. I need to go through and put links on old videos for different videos and shit. Yeah. And other than that, yeah, we're just chilling today. It's Friday. I ain't got no job. No, I'm not gonna get high today. But yeah, it was overall a good night at the dojo. I really enjoyed me and Slade's match. That motherfucker, hold on, no. Because there was a suplex he went to fucking hit me with, but I didn't jump in time, so he fucking carried my ass over. And wow. Wow. That motherfucker is a lot stronger than he looks. But the same thing can be said about me. I'm a lot stronger than I fucking look. Which is always a benefit. Yeah. We had a good time. Everybody was on their shit last night. There was nothing inherently bad. We're training Scotty's wife, Michelle, to, she's gonna wind up training to wrestle, but she's also training to ref right now as we work her into everything. Good class. Awesome fucking class. Just, overall, a fun dojo last night. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. If this is uploaded, then it's just a little mini vlog, me driving home, just giving some thoughts about last night's dojo. If I can get a full episode for this week, if we're doing like a Saturday class, then, well, this clearly hasn't come out until probably Sunday. So, yeah. I hope you all have a wonderful fucking day. And thanks for watching. Okay, so small anecdote just because it was a humorous conversation last night. Number one, we got into a conversation. Me, Slade, and Danny and Drake got into a conversation because Slade's only 20 years old. For context, I'm 29, about to be 30. Drake just turned 32. So, I mean, Drake sitting here and thinking about life events from his life and realizing just how young Slade was whenever he was doing all this, and he's now training this guy. All right. As you get older, you wind up having existential crises. I think that's the right word, crises. Aside from that, we talked about, and I hate it because I'm the one that brought it up, and I knew Drake would know what I was talking about, and I knew Drake would have something to say about it. We talked about Halloween Havoc 1996, the Chamber of Horrors match. And it's just... oh my god. See, I watched this match because my uncle, as a child, who was also a major wrestling fan as I was, he had an entire VHS collection. Like a massive VHS collection. So whenever I would go over to his house, whenever they were babysitting, because he had an entire room pretty much dedicated to wrestling, I'd go down there and I'd be watching wrestling all fucking day long. It's actually how I watched No Way Out 2005. No Way Out 2005? Yes, because that's the one where JBL wrestled Big Show in the barbed wire steel cage match. Yes. So it's No Way Out 2005. But we got to talking about the Chamber of Horrors and the fact that that is the match that they chose to open the fucking show. We start the show with Abdullah the Butcher being put in a fucking electric chair and being murdered on pay-per-view. And the funny thing is that Drake himself had watched it on a VHS tape as well, a Halloween Havoc VHS tape. And I remember the VHS tape case as well. Sting was on the cover. So I would say the main event was probably Sting and Flair. I'll take a look into that in a minute, and we're gonna... right there. Yeah, just... I don't even remember how how I brought it up, why I brought it up. I don't know what the fuck brought it to my mind. I was like, WCW once did a show where they started with Abdullah the Butcher getting fucking electrocuted in an electric chair to start the fucking show. And it wound up causing an entire fucking monologue from Drake, who's just like, I was like 9 years old, I watched this match, and I'm like, what the fuck do you do after that? What do you do on this show after you just murdered a man to start it? What? That doesn't work! Doesn't fucking work! It was great. It was fucking fantastic. It's... oh my god. Yeah. So, that... you know what? Maybe I'll talk to Drake about creating a podcast for the UWO. And one of the things... terrible wrestling podcast. Well, not just terrible wrestling, like wrestling reviews in general. Just to kind of talk about the business and all. But a fucking podcast where we also take time and watch just dog shit wrestling. I think would be fun as hell. And I'm not trying to fucking be derivative of Luke Owen on Wrestle Talk and the Worst Match Ever series, but if you have time, go and watch that because it's so fucking fun. Luke Owen loves terrible wrestling, and he typically has guests with him, and they fucking hate this shit too. Well, they hate this shit. Some of these matches are bad. You know what, if you're watching this, comment the worst wrestling match you've ever seen in your life. I would say the worst wrestling match I've ever seen. The worst match I've ever seen was The Fiend and Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell 2019. Backstory. I started this day by catching a matinee of Joker. The first Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I caught a matinee. I fucking Ubered there. Got a couple of drinks while I was there. Watched the fucking movie. Loved the first movie. I have not seen whatever the fuck the title of the second one is. The one with Lady Gaga. But I know that they made it a musical. And I'm just... As soon as I heard that it was going to be a musical, I'm just like, why the fuck? Because the first one was so goddamn good. Anyway. Fucking... I went and watched Joker, got home, I think, did I order Whataburger that night? I think I may have Uber Eats some Whataburger that night, because I didn't have a vehicle at the time. So I get this Whataburger, and I'm sitting here, and I'm watching fucking Hell in a Cell, and of course this is after SummerSlam. And at SummerSlam, The Fiend's debut, like, earlier in the day, I had actually fucking tweeted at, Ricochet and Aleister Black and told, like, saying that they both had, like, two of the best songs in WWE for their entrance music. And, I want to say Ricochet actually liked it and retweeted it. But, so I'm The Fiend's debut... The presentation, the music, just everything about it was fucking balls to the wall amazing. Loved it. Immediately I was looking for The Fiend's music on fucking Spotify. Then we get to Hell in a Cell and they booked themselves into a corner. They booked themselves into a massive fucking corner. Because why does this horror movie monster want a championship belt? Vince was trying to capitalize on something that was hot and dropped it in ice water. I'm with Sean Waltman, I'm with X-Pac whenever he sat there and asked, how do you get a DQ inside Hell in a Cell? How did we get 2 no contests? 2 non-finishes in Hell in a Cell 2 years in a row. Because you gotta remember, the main event of 2018 was Braun Strowman cashing in his Money in the Bank contract against Roman Reigns. Then Brock Lesnar fucking showed up and started and just fucked shit up. Fucking kicked the door down, took out both competitors, and the match was called off. The fact that they had Mick Foley call this match off after what Mick Foley went through inside of Hell in a Cell twice. He went through the roof twice. Once at fucking King of the Ring 98, and then again at fucking No Way Out 2000. At least they fucking gimmicked the ring so that he would go through it, or put a dent in it at 2000, because fucking Christ. But it just, you had Mick Foley call off a fucking Hell in a Cell match. Fuck you, number 1. Number 2, the next year, and Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer put this the best way possible. You're perfectly fine with this evil clown trying to, as Dio Madden put it on put it on commentary, impale Seth Rollins with a big mallet, but a little mallet. A little mallet that he strikes on a toolbox that's wedged into a ladder with a chair underneath it. Oh no, call the match. And then the Fiend springs to life after the fact. And you heard the crowd. Restart the match. This is bullshit. AEW, because the first episode of fucking AEW Dynamite had just aired that Wednesday. Then on Friday, they had Kofi lose the belt to Brock in 8 seconds. And then you cap the fucking week off with a non-finish of the hottest act in the company going up against your babyface, who lost all of his babyface fire, all of his babyface steam in this one match. You ruined 3 characters in a 3-day period. 2 characters and 1 just fucking full swoop. Wow, this turned into a lot longer than I expected. Yay for venting about wrestling. Anyway, I just got home from an interview, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in and start fucking cleaning up this fucking house. Why do we love this shit?